In the early 1960s, when the world was spinning and changing, a strange little camera emerged from the Hong Kong market, and the camera was called a Diana De Luxe. This camera. This cheaply made plastic camera wasn't just a tool for capturing images, it became a symbol of a new way of seeing the world, a way that echoed the vibrant pulse of a generation. And why was this quirky camera so sought after, and what stories would it tell? G'day friends, Christmas last year my wife bought me this camera and I'd never even seen one of these before. In fact, I collect vintage cameras and I'd never even heard of this camera. And I wasn't even sure if it was a real camera or not, whether it was a toy or an actual camera, because it weighs 253 grams. That's including the lens and the flash. When you compare that to the camera that I'm talking to you right now, which weighs 1.1 kilograms, that's a massive difference. This is made of real cheap plastic. So what makes it so special? And that was a question I had to find out. Well, the Diana was marketed as an affordable entry-level camera. It was a pocket-friendly alternative that found its way onto the shelves of toy stores and general retailers around the world. It was even sometimes given away with sales of furniture and car sales as well. But the biggest thing was that it was priced to be accessible, so families and kids would actually buy this camera and get into photography. And because the world was changing around that time, young people especially gravitated towards this type of camera. Amidst the backdrops of the Cold War and civil rights struggles and the growing counterculture movement, this camera and many like it offered an antidote to the rigid structures of the time. And it wasn't just a camera, it was an invitation to explore, create and defy convention. As the 1960s unfolded, the world was watching as history transpired. Peaceful protests that turned violent, heated debates and the assassination of a president made the civil rights movement in the United States reach new heights, and young people rallied for equality and justice. At the same time, the Vietnam War loomed large, igniting passionate opposition from a generation that sought to question authority and promote peace. The Diana, with its focus on spontaneity and the raw beauty of everyday life, resonated with those who sought to capture the spirit of the laughter of friends, the quiet moments of rebellion, and the violent energy of protests. The uniqueness of this camera lies in its imperfections. Unlike the precise, often clinical images produced by higher-end cameras, the Diana captured the world that felt organic and unfiltered. Each photograph bore the fingerprints of chance. Light leaks that transformed normal images into something angelic. The gentle blurring that added a dreamlike quality to a candid moment. This was photography as art, stripped of pretension, inviting young people to play, explore and express themselves without the fear of judgment. As the 1960s progressed, the camera became a means of documenting not only personal struggles but collective ones as well. Younger people began to gather in cafes and show people their latest prints, and they shared stories, and these became cultural hubs. Each photograph was a testament to shared experiences, love, war, dreams and the promise of change. The Diana De Luxe became one of the centerpieces of these gatherings, sparking discussions on not just what was seen through the lens but what was happening in the world and how people felt about it at the time. It represented the collective desire to challenge the status quo and a commitment to capturing life's fleeting moments in all their glory. Fast forward to today, the Diana camera still remains relevant, being a nostalgic artifact in a digital age. And as photography increasingly shifts towards smartphones and Instagram filters, there's a growing longing for authenticity, a return to the raw, unedited moments that this camera embodies. And today's young creatives navigating their own complex world find solace in the tangible experience of film photography. They appreciate the slower process, the anticipation of developing film, and they embrace the beauty of imperfection. In galleries and art spaces, the resurgence of film photography speaks to a collective yearning of deeper connection, both to photography and to each other. The Diana camera, and there are quite a few different models of these cameras, have not only survived, they've thrived. They are a cultural artifact that continues to inspire a new generation of artists. This very camera encourages exploration, self-expression, and a celebration in the unique beauty found in the everyday. A legacy that echoes the spirit of the 1960s. The Diana De Luxe, with its simple design and its obvious imperfections, has become more than just a relic of the past. It stands as a reminder when young people were willing to challenge norms and redefine the world around them. In its own way, the Diana and cameras just like it are still inviting us to break free from the confines of convention, encouraging us to look deeper. So whether this camera was perched on the shoulder of a protester, tucked away in a dusty attic, or in the hands of a beginner in film photography, the Diana De Luxe continues to tell stories. A reminder that the most powerful stories are often found where the light is softest and the lines are blurred. If you want me to do more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. I've done a video right here of a personal favourite vintage camera of mine, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.